In the foggy hills of Greyvale, where legends whispered through the trees and starlight kissed the riverbanks, a teenage girl named Mira lived quietly under the weight of tradition. When she fell in love with a charming boy from a distant village she believed in forever. Their innocent connection quickly turned serious, and when Mireia found out she was pregnant, their world collapsed. He, terrified and too weak to face shame, abandoned her. He vanished like a breeze. Ashamed and terrified, Mira hid her pregnancy. Cloaked in wide garments, she wandered only at dawn or dusk. As months passed, not even the midwives of Greyvale suspected. But one night, deep cramps struck. She sneaked away with a basket she'd secretly woven from reeds and lined with a blanket she'd stitched with trembling hands. Then, under a full moon by the river of glass, she gave birth alone. She wrapped her baby in a sky-blue blanket she had stitched in secret, embroidered with tiny stars and a silver crescent moon. Her heart shattered as she kissed the child and whispered her name, Lena. Then, with heavy steps and a heavier heart, Mira walked beyond her village until she reached a strange city and found a grand white mansion wrapped in ivy. With trembling hands, she placed the baby at the gate and vanished into the dawn. The mansion belonged to Lady Elna, a noblewoman with a cold beauty and a secret sorrow. She had once been promised to a prince, but scandal left her disgraced. When she found the baby wrapped in the enchanted blanket, something stirred in her heart. Still, fearing this child might one day threaten her place, she hid the blanket away in a locked chest in the attic and claimed Lena as her ward. Elna later gave birth to a daughter, Clara, through a brief and secret affair with a nobleman who later denied her, and raised her as royalty. Lena, though of equal age, was treated as a servant. She cooked, cleaned, and slept in the stables while Clara wore silks and danced at court. Lena never knew why her mother treated her so differently, and the question haunted her as she grew. Many years later, when Lena was 14, Elna hired a new servant, a woman worn by time and sorrow. Her name was Mira, though no one knew she was really Lena's birth mother. She had spent years wandering the kingdom, chasing dreams and whispers of a mansion wrapped in ivy. From the moment she saw Lena, something stirred within her. A rhythm in her chest that matched the girl's voice, her smile, her eyes. Still, Mira stayed silent, afraid to hope. That same year, the king of Eldenmore announced a festival of heirs. A prophecy foretold that a girl born of river and sorrow would return to the royal line and bring peace to the fractured kingdom. Every noble family was called to present their children. Elna prepared to bring Clara, but fate had other plans. One stormy evening, Mira wandered the mansion and discovered a locked attic. Guided by memory and intuition, she broke open an old chest and gasped. There, after all these years, lay the sky-blue blanket, faded but unmistakable. Every stitch, every moonlit thread she had sewn as a terrified girl by the river. Mira waited until she was alone with Lena. She handed her the blanket, trembling. "You once slept in this by the river's edge. I made it for you with a heart full of hope and fear. You are my daughter." Elna tried to deny the truth, but the housekeeper, long burdened by guilt, stepped forward and confirmed everything. Lena was no servant. She was the river-born princess. With proof in hand, Mira and Lena journeyed to the royal court. The king, aged and wise, recognized the truth of the prophecy. Lena was the daughter of his long-lost son, Prince Rowan, who had fallen in love with Mira and died in the border wars. At the Festival of Heirs, Lena was crowned not only for her lineage, but for her heart. Lady Elna, stripped of her power, was sent away in silence. Clara, learning humility, began her own quiet redemption. Mira was honored as Lady of the Riverlands, and Lena, once hidden in shadows, became Princess of the Stars.